Hey folks, my name is Will Van Moss. I'm a New York City actor, and during this quarantine time I was asked to make a little video regarding my COVID-19 symptoms, how I got them, when I got them, and how I treated them, and also very importantly how we can prevent the spread of this horrible disease that is ravaging our communities. So I hope you stick around and get some useful information from my little story. So actually, I don't know how I got it. All I know is that on March 12th, I started showing symptoms, and the following day, I immediately self-isolated. Now, I work as a part-time tour guide to make some money because I've only just started my career and I'm good at languages. So it could have been one of my tourists, it could have been someone on the subway. I really don't know. I'm not even sure if I actually had COVID-19 because I was never tested because I was not in a risk group. The first thing I did was call my boss to cancel any of my appointments. And then I called my doctor to see if they could test me for COVID-19. Unfortunately, he told me that they did not have tests on site, and that I had to call the New York State COVID-19 emergency number. So I did that, and after about an hour of waiting on the phone, I finally spoke to a doctor who then told me that my symptoms were not very severe, that I was not in a risk group, and that there were far too few tests, so I was not going to get tested, and I just had to self-isolate. It started with a light, dry cough with the feeling of having a cold develop in my body, and then progressed into fatigue and a low fever of 99 degrees Fahrenheit. And at the peak, I really felt like I couldn't breathe properly, like there was something on my chest weighing me down. My chest was hurting, I couldn't take proper breaths. That was really scary. I found out that sleeping a lot was very beneficial. There were days I slept 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours, and after that I still just lay flat on my bed watching TV and movies. Also drinking lots of liquids like tea and soup was very useful. And then lastly, for my chest and feeling able like I could breathe properly again, humidifying my room turned out to be extremely helpful. Now, I don't have a fancy humidifier like half of New York City has, so what I did was I took a pot of water, boiled it, and then put it in my room so it could humidify my whole room, and I sprayed my curtains with water, which would then evaporate during the night. On March 25th, 26th, about 13-14 days after I first started showing symptoms, I finally felt like I was almost 100% healed up, and so the following day I also went grocery shopping for the first time. Now unfortunately I also developed a secondary bacterial infection in my nasal cavity, which I'm now treating with antibiotics. All I can say is to prevent this disease from spreading any further and causing any more deaths, please stay inside. I know it gets hard. I've done it for a month now, staying inside as much as possible. Sometimes I feel like the walls are coming closer even though I have a roommate to talk to. But please stay inside. Don't go meet your friends out on the street unless you are fully protected. Especially don't shake hands, don't hug, don't do any of that. If you have to go outside to see your partner or to go grocery shopping or to go to the pharmacy, when you come back inside, immediately wash your hands or even take a shower, and try and disinfect as much as you can. Also, stop touching your face, and if you can't, which it's a very ingrained human behavior to touch your face, just wash your hands multiple times a day or use an alcohol rub. Just try and prevent it as much as possible. I know this is a hard time for all of us, but you can do your part by self-isolating, by washing your hands and taking care of yourself and other people.